Hello, fellow investigators. Are you up to the challenge of completing Phasmophobia? Or will you crack under the pressure from our otherworldly friends? But this challenge surely is for the wicked and the brave. As always, we're dividing the achievements into 3 parts: easy, medium, and hard. Easy are achievements you'll get automatically. Medium are achievements that aren't too difficult, but you need to put some effort into them to get. And hard are achievements you're going to need to focus on the most. As of recording this video, Phasmophobia has 54 achievements. Before these achievements went live, there actually were more. I'll discuss the removed achievements in the video as well, because I have a gut feeling they'll be added in the future. Easy. Let's start with the 24 achievement covering all ghosts. By identifying them and surviving the investigation. I'm not going to cover these further, as you will unlock these simply by playing the game, regardless of difficulty. Next up are contracts. These are also very easy to obtain. By the time you're unlocking the more difficult achievements, you'll have these unlocked by then. And actually the same can be said for money. While $100,000 sounds like a lot, when you eventually play on high difficulties, you'll rake up some real cash. And lastly, the same can also be said about equipment. I'm going to cover tiers and prestiges a bit later. Extra mile. You will basically unlock this automatically. 50 optional objectives might sound a lot, but they'll fly by faster than you expect. And finally, in easy, we have director and no more training wheels. If you are completely new to Phasmophobia, I'd recommend going through the training stage. You'll get acquainted with the basic tools from the game, which will give you a general idea on what to do in an investigation. At some point you're going to create a custom difficulty, so director will unlock by itself at some point. Medium. I will go over these achievements a bit more in depth. They're here. For they're here, you need to witness the secret ability of the poltergeist. For that, either make one big pile of items you can find around the house, or make a few smaller piles and put them in the ghost room. This ability is rare and random, so it can take a while before it goes off. Dedicated and devoted. Daily and weekly tasks are placed in the starting zone and also in the truck at every investigation. Every day you'll receive 4 daily tasks, and also every week you will receive 4 weekly tasks. You're not able to speed this up, so it'll take you at least 3 weeks to complete devoted and 8 days to complete dedicated. But it doesn't stop there, because there are also 3 achievements linked to weekly challenge mode. This is a challenge mode designed by the developers to play Phasmophobia in a different way. Every week the challenge changes, and you have to complete 10 weekly challenge modes in order to get all 3 achievements. Yes, that means this achievement will take you at least 10 weeks to complete. Doomslayed. InSim, the biggest content creator for Phasmophobia, calls this the hardest achievement of Phasmophobia. He's absolutely wrong with that statement, because I got a special technique that can get you this achievement fast and easily. You need to create a custom difficulty. Make sure in the settings the starting sanity is 0. The player speed is at 150%. Sprinting is on. The ghost speed should also be 150%. Grace period should be at 0. Hunt duration should be high. Setup time should be 0. The rest shouldn't matter much as long as the ghost isn't friendly. Simply select Tanglewood, pick up a flashlight, run to the living room, die within 10 seconds. Is it a demon? Yeah, you got the achievement. Is it a different ghost? Repeat. This method is gonna save you so much time trying to complete this achievement. And on that note, we also have the bait. My method for the demon works just as well for the banshee, but unlike the demon, you cannot do this method in single player. So you either can get a friend to help you speed this process up, or you'll have to play online with random people or friends and hope for a banshee. When you've confirmed the banshee, ask the other investigators to leave the house and hug the banshee like Bruno Mars catches a grenade. Escape artist. This one is actually the only skill-based achievement regarding a special ghost type. Revenants are very slow if they don't see a player, but speed up When they do see one, make sure you know a safe place to hide beforehand. Stand in a long hallway so you can see the revenant coming. Wait until it's close and use your smudge stick or incense to drive them off. Run towards the safe spot and wait until the hunt is over. Hard. Prestige 1, 2, and 3. For a while, I considered placing these in medium because eventually you will unlock these by just playing the game. However, after many hours of grinding, obtaining the higher prestiges is gonna take forever. To prestige, you need to reach level 100 and you need 310,714 XP to reach level 100. If you don't play on custom difficulties where the XP modifier is high, you'll be grinding many games before reaching level 100. But this doesn't end here though. Before the achievements went live, there were more achievements that, fortunately, have been removed now. These achievements were Prestige 4 up until Prestige 20. I expect these achievements to go live again at some point, but I'm glad that's not now. If a Prestige 20 achievement will ever happen, I hope the XP needed to Prestige is lowered, because that achievement will take some serious grinding to complete. Next, we have Flawless Execution, which requires a perfect investigation. You can attempt these at a lower difficulty to make it easier for yourself. You need to identify the correct ghost, do all the optional objectives, find and take the bone, and you need 10 3-star photos in the journal. This last part can easily be obtained by stacking all the salt in one position using tier 2 or tier 3 salt. When the ghost steps in one salt pile, it will step in all of them, which you can use to just take 9 pictures in a row. Take a picture of the bone for your 10th, or the cursed item, and you're done. Lastly is the Apocalypse Challenge. And this is the most difficult achievement out there. This one should earn a video of its own, but the challenge has been out for a while now. I'm pretty sure there's enough of in-depth guides out there to help you. Regardless, I will go over the challenge and will give you a few tips on how to identify certain ghosts. First, you need to create a custom difficulty with the multiplier ending up at 15 as of recording of this video. If this somehow changes in the future, just look for the golden skull to appear next to the multiplier. Next, you need to start a single player session. Multiplayer will not work. And pick Sunny Meadows. The restricted version will also not work. To complete the Apocalypse Challenge, you need to identify the ghost, do all the optional objectives, and take a photo of the ghost in order to win this challenge. Some important advice is, please do not bring too many items with you. This is just to save money. Just make sure you bring all your incense, firelights, crucifixes, motion sensors, and salt. I like to start off by bringing a parabolic microphone, a camera, and an item that's required of the optional objectives. I start by waiting for the first hunt in the lobby near the entrance, and by using the parabolic microphone to locate the ghost. After that, I move to the chapel and hang behind this piano, as this is a knife-safe place, and wait for the next hunt. If by this point I still didn't hear the ghost, I will reset. It's not a shame to reset this challenge multiple times to get the ideal situation, as delving deeper into the asylum will make you lose your real-life sanity as well. Once you do have a ghost that's somewhat near the chapel, try to listen how fast the ghost is. Ty Bane has an awesome cheat sheet you can use to reference the ghost speed to. I've put it into the description. Make sure you passively complete the optional objectives. So in case of the EMF, make sure it's put next to a door where the ghost roamed during its hunt. Same for the motion sensor and firelight. Reroll games where the optional objectives are too difficult. Getting a ghost photo is tricky because you are slow as a snail and your enemy is Sonic. The best way is to do this during a hunt. A hunt will last for 1 minute, so time the ghost when it goes into a hunt, and around 40-45 seconds yell for the ghost. When it enters the chapel, smudge it with the incense and take pictures while going back to hide behind the piano or one of the benches. Pray you nail the ghost photo. At this point, you should have figured out the ghost type as well. I'll go over them individually with the unique ghost traits that aren't linked to evidence. Spirit. After being smudged, they won't be able to hunt for 3 minutes. Wraith. They will never step into salt. Phantom. Ghost model is less visible during hunts. They will never appear on the photo when its picture is being taken. Yet the photo counts as a ghost photo. Poltergeist. Will interact with items more, and during hunts they will throw items every 0.5 seconds. Banshee. They have a unique wail on the parabolic microphone. Otherwise, impossible to be sure. Jinn. They are faster if you're far away from them when the breaker is on, which is not on during this challenge. They are quite impossible to figure out. It's a guessing game at that point. Mare. They will never turn a light on. Very difficult to figure out. But if somehow you hear a light switch sound effect, you can pick this up with a parabolic mic. You know it's not a mare. Revenant. Very slow. Make sure it doesn't see you or it will speed up like crazy. Be careful when taking the picture. Shade. Less likely to perform interactions. Very difficult to figure out. Demon. Crucifix range is 50% larger than other ghosts. If you suspect it might be a demon, move the crucifixes further back and see if it still prevents hunts. You can also determine a demon if it hunts faster than other ghosts. Check the cheat sheet. Yurei. When smudged, it will be trapped in the room. But don't attempt this. Going near the ghost room when doing this challenge means certain death. Very difficult to figure out. Oni. Very active when players are nearby, a lot more visible during hunts. Sometimes they don't even blink, and they cannot perform the airball event. Yokai. Talking near them will initiate a hunt faster, but you shouldn't be near the ghost room. They're also deaf when you're yelling at them. Hantu. Crazy fast during this challenge. When taking the photo, watch their face. They visually show cold breath when the breaker is off. Goryo. Cannot change favorite rooms or will wander far away from it. Myling. Much quieter during hunts. Lay down electronics near your feet. If your electronics go off before you hear footsteps, you could be dealing with a Myling. They also talk a lot in the parabolic microphone. Onryo. When they blow 3 fires in a row, it will initiate a hunt. This can still be prevented if there's still fire or a crucifix around. The twins sometimes interact with 2 items at the same time, but at different places. They also have 2 different hunt speeds, normal and slightly faster. Raiju. Crazy fast when around electronics. When dealing with a fast ghost, turn off electronics to verify the ghost speed differences. Obake. During hunts, it has a slight chance of shape-shifting into another ghost model. Although with this challenge, this can be really difficult to produce. Mimic always has ghost orbs in its favorite room, even at 0 evidence. Be careful around its favorite room though. It will also have different types of speed during their hunts. Moroi. Similar to a Hantu, it's crazy fast. When smudging them, they're blinded for 50% longer. Check your equipment how long their effect works for. Ryujin. Insanely fast when not near you. They slow to a grinding halt when they're close. If a ghost immediately charges at you at the start of the game, Ryujin. Do not hide behind the piano anymore. The entire chapel is now your playground. Tei. Crazy fast at the start of the investigation. They will slow down over time. And that's all I can do for you now. In the background, you've been seeing my Apocalypse challenge. I will edit and upload the run to YouTube soon while explaining what I'm doing, how I'm crossing off ghosts, and how I came to the conclusion of the ghost I eventually picked. Hopefully that's some extra help in order to tackle this brutal challenge. Because this really is a brutal challenge. Do not feel bad if you end up dying 50 times before you get it. Finally, should you 100% complete Phasmophobia? My verdict is Complete this game